You are listening to a Blaze Bible Reflection. Today's passage is Luke 1, verses 1 to 25, read by Ivan. Verbum volant, scripta manent. The Latin phrase verbum volant, scripta manent means spoken words fly away, but written words remain. In simple terms, what you say can disappear, but what you write stays. Think of how easily a story changes when it is passed from one person to another. By the time it reaches the fifth person, it hardly sounds the same. That is why writing matters. Writing protects truth. It keeps memory from fading. It preserves meaning for the next generation. Luke begins his gospel with this awareness. He tells us that many people had already shared the story of Jesus, the news of his birth, teachings, miracles, death, and resurrection was spreading everywhere through eyewitnesses who became preachers. The gospel first moved by word of mouth. Someone heard, believed, and told someone else. That is how movements grow. It is how faith communities are built. But the word of mouth has limits. People remember what stood out to them. They forget details. They sometimes exaggerate. Over time, small changes can lead to major distortions. Luke understands this, so he says he carefully investigated everything from the beginning and decided to write an orderly account for Theophilus, whose name means lover of God. Luke is saying, I want you to be certain. I want your faith to stand on something solid, not just on what you heard from someone else. Interestingly, Luke does not begin with the birth of Jesus. He begins with the story of John the Baptist's family. He introduces us to Zachariah and Elizabeth, and even their names carry meaning. Zachariah means God remembers. Elizabeth means God's promise or God's oath. That is, God is faithful to what he has pledged. John means God is gracious. Before the miracle even takes place, the message is already written in their names. When God remembers his promise, he shows forth his graciousness. Yet their real life in the early part of the story does not seem to match those beautiful meanings. Zachariah, whose name says God remembers, has no child. Elizabeth, whose name speaks of God's promise, remains barren for years. They are faithful people. They serve God sincerely. Still, nothing changes. Many people can relate to that. You pray, you wait, you serve, yet the answer does not come. It is easy to start asking whether God has forgotten. When the angel announces that Elizabeth will have a son, Zachariah struggles to believe it. The silence that follows is not punishment. It is correction and protection. It is as if God is saying, do not speak doubt over what I am about to fulfill, lest you have spent all your life speaking about me, cause others to lose faith in me. In that silence, Zachariah learns again what his own name means. God remembers. When John is finally born, everything comes together. God remembers. God fulfills his promise. God acts with grace. Luke writes this account so that every lover of God can be sure of one thing: delay does not mean denial. Silence does not mean abandonment. The God who remembers will act. And when he does, his grace will speak louder than every doubt. God bless you. Stay close to the Word. The Ablaze Team.